Matthew 7 is divided into 5 sections. Matthew 7, 1 through 6, judgment and holy discernment. Jesus forbids hypocritical judgment because the measure used against others returns to the judge. A disciple must remove the plank from his own eye before helping another and must still discern when holy things will be trampled. The verse to notice here is verse 5. You hypocrite, first take the plank out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. Verses 7 through 12. Ask, seek, knock, and do likewise. Jesus encourages persistent asking, seeking, and knocking because the Heavenly Father gives good gifts more faithfully than flawed human parents. The law and prophets are summed up in treating others as one desires to be treated. Verse 11 is a strong anchor for this section. If you, then, though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask him? Verses 13 through 18. 2 ways and their fruit. The narrow gate and constricted road lead to life, while the broad road draws many toward destruction. False prophets wear harmless appearances but are recognized by fruit, because healthy and diseased trees yield corresponding results. Here, verse 14 deserves a closer look. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Verses 19 through 24. Doing the Father's will. Fruitless trees face fire, and verbal claims of lordship cannot replace doing the Heavenly Father's will. Even impressive prophecy, exorcism, and miracles may coexist with lawlessness, while hearing and practicing Jesus' words resembles building on rock. A standout thought appears in verse 21. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Verses 25 through 29. Built on the rock. The rock-founded house withstands rain, floods, and wind, but the house built on sand collapses under the same storm. The crowds marvel because Jesus teaches with direct authority, unlike their teachers of the law. A verse worth highlighting in this section is verse 25. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock. We are about to read through Matthew chapter 7 from the beginning. Do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, when all the time there's a plank in your own eye? You hypocrite, first take the plank out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks, the door will be opened. Which of you, if your son asks for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will give him a snake? If you, then, though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask him? So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets. Enter through the narrow gate. For wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. By their fruit you will recognize them. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Likewise, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Thus, by their fruit you will recognize them. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons, and in your name perform many miracles? Then I will tell them plainly, I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. The The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell with a great crash. When Jesus had finished saying these things, the crowds were amazed at his teaching, because he taught as one who had authority and not as their teachers of the law.